Hello, people. We've been talking about Joseph, that great man of faith, as we find his story in the last few chapters of the book of Genesis. Joseph had hit an all-time low. He found himself in prison. He had a bit of a hopeful experience with the cupbearer who came out and said that he would mention him to Pharaoh when he had the opportunity. Only problem was the cupbearer forgot. 2 years later, we find that Joseph is sitting in prison, and this is what it says took place. Here we go. Chapter 41. Now when 2 years had passed, Pharaoh now had a dream. He was standing by the Nile when out of the river came out 7 cows. And I won't read the whole dream to you. You can go and read that for yourself. But when the cupbearer to the king heard the account of Pharaoh's dream, and the fact that Pharaoh was now looking for somebody to interpret the dream, suddenly he remembered Joseph. And he went to the king, he went to Pharaoh, and he said, "So Pharaoh, when I was in prison, there was a young Hebrew boy who knew how to interpret dreams. And God was with him and gave him this ability to be able to do that." So Pharaoh said, "Go and find Joseph." The intriguing thing was, during those 2 years, we find no record of Joseph trying to take the law into his own hand. We find no record of Joseph saying, "Well, let me try and fight for myself, or let me fend for myself because of the disappointing experience I've had." He just said, "In God's time, this will happen. I've been disappointed, sure, by this man who promised so much but delivered nothing. I'll just wait." Now, people who are good forgivers are very happy after their disappointment to say, "I'm not going to try and take the law into my own hands. I'm not going to try and fix this myself. I'm just going to wait." And I'm reminded of that beautiful verse in Ecclesiastes where it says that God makes all things good in His time. Not in your time, in His time. And this forgiveness that Joseph gave toward the cupbearer was seen in his total spirit and his total personality to say, "Hey man, I've been disappointed. Join the real world." Everybody's disappointed in the real world from time to time. It's a horrible place to be. It's not always good. But I will just wait for God's timing. 2 years, quite a long time, sitting in a prison, albeit in a better position because he's now got a leadership role there. But God's time was perfect. Sometimes after we forgive, the disillusionment can live on a little longer with us. But with Joseph, he said, "Man, that's okay." He says, "It's sad that I have to still sit here, but I'm okay with that. I'll continue to trust God and allow this thing to come right in His time." Now, whenever you're disillusioned or disappointed and have had to give forgiveness, and the guy you have forgiven has come out and gone back to life as normal and everything is so good for him or for her, remember this, don't get bitter and twisted about that, because true forgiveness rejoices that the other guy has gone back to where he is and is being seen with favor. True forgiveness wants the best for the other person, even though he's messed you up. I find this incredible. But this is a test of character that Joseph passed with flying colors. He rejoiced in the fact that the guy had got free, and now he was willing to wait despite his disappointment. Only people of deep and great character are able to pull this one off. Only people of deep and great character are able to forgive and then live in the light of the disappointment that forgiveness led him to. Sometimes people who we forgive get on and flourish in life and leave us languishing behind, do they not? And yet, if the test of character is true, that's the greatest test. That can you still persevere? Can you still hold on to God? Can you still not get bitter and twisted because of their success and you languishing in apparent failure? Man, that's a big test. I hope we can pass it, because I just know that in your life there may well have been situations just like that, where you've been disappointed by maybe a spouse, a friend, a business partner, and they run off into the sunset and they're looking as happy as Larry, and here you sit in the same old position, still trying to pick up the pieces of a broken life and they're running off into the sunset, dreaming dreams and doing great things. And there you sit. And it's so opportunistic that you would think to yourself, man, surely I should be up there. I'm the one that has been wronged. I'm the one that should be rightfully in that place of blessing right now. But you're not there. Hang in there, people. In God's time, all things don't just become nice, but He makes all things beautiful. I can't think of a better adjective to think of, that He makes all things beautiful in His time. Just be patient. Keep trusting God. Don't go back on your commitment to forgive. Don't go back to becoming bitter and twisted again. Just smile and watch what God is going to do. I know this personally to be true. I'm sure you'll find it out as well. Have a great day. Bye-bye.